Good morning, family. It is me, Coach 67 Sports TV. Shout out to the awesome and amazing LDBC, Lions Den Broadcasting Community. Shout out to the Louisiana All American Sports Network. Shout out to Envision Productions. And shout out to the greatest university in the world, the Southern University, home of the mighty Jaguars. Of course, we back live and in living color with our wire analysis show. Uh, we it's been a little minute since we did a little wire analysis show, but we back on the block. You know, like our good brother Black Fight Fan TV would say, we back again and we black again. You dig? But let me introduce the family first. The general of this amazing organization. What's good with you, 7-8?
I'm good, brothers. How y'all doing, man?
Man, we blessed and highly favored this morning. And my brother Jared 11 Green, how you doing this blessed morning?
Man, same feeling as 78, man. I'm blessed to be here, man, and um good to hang out with my brother, man. Talk about the wire.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And salute to LDBC family member Hamza S. He said, salute Coach 67 Sports TV, 7A Sports TV, Jared 11 Green in chat. Man, salute to your Hamza S.
Salute, brother.
Salute to Motivation to Be a Millionaire. Salute Coach Jared 78 in chat. Man, salute to your fam. Salute to Relaxing Calm Rain. He said, salute Coach 67, chat
Salute.
and a panel. Salute to all of y'all. We appreciate y'all coming through, dropping in, and showing love. Let me jump right into it in terms of our recap of season 1, episode 7 of The Wire, One Arrest. All right, The Wire season 1, episode 7, One Arrest, tipped off by The Wire, Greggs, Herc, Carver, and Freeman make a bust. The incident makes Avon and Stringer suspicious. So pretty much after this arrest, the crew get paranoid. So let me jump right into it. I'm gonna give my best Mark Dark impersonation. In the first scene, the unit, they're analyzing recordings from the wiretap. In the next scene, Major Rawls is pressing Mike Sandy to give him dirt on McNulty or to do a better job solving his murder cases. So basically, what he's trying to do is he has all the leverage in this particular situation. So basically, he telling Mike, like, look, hey, either you give me some dirt on McNulty, because I know he might be still drinking on the job. He's doing something he's not supposed to do. But if you can't give me no dirt on him, then you need to do a better job at your job. You're not solving no murder cases. Like, your clearance rate is terribly low. So you need to solve some of these cases. Like, you're doing a trash job. You need to do better. So either you need to give me some dirt on him or you need to do better. And basically, Mike was like, look, it ain't my job to screw over another cop. Like, you asking too much of me. Like, I've been your inside guy, whatever the case may be. But, like, come on, man. I can't dime out another cop. And he was like, well, hey, you need to solve some of these murder cases. So basically, he in a no-win situation. McNulty, Judge Fallon, and Rhonda Perlman are meeting in his chambers about the case. He gives them an extension on a wiretap, and Judge Fallon, he clearly has a thing for Rhonda Perlman. And he states basically he like to smash her. So basically, he was like, hey, he like to throw some meat on her, whatever the case may be. Next, Carver, Herc, Greggs, and Sidnor arrest a youngster with G-Packs that was riding with Stinkum. So, of course, they used the wire to pick up that basically Stinkum going to make a run with the 4 G-Packs. Stinkum got the 4 G-Packs, and a little youngster was riding shotgun. They let Stinkum roll, but they hook and book the little youngster. Next, McNulty and Fallon are talking about the case in Fallon's office. Next, Stinkum pulls up to a payphone to pay someone. After that, they arrest the kid, and Freeman lets them know someone, Stinkum in this particular instance, is paid to string a bell. Next, Sidnor pulled up to the rooftop, and he ran up to the top of the building to get a visual on Stinkum. And he notifies Freeman that, hey, Stinkum is the one on the payphone. After that, Jay Landsman is talking to Mike about his situation. And he's screwing around with Mike at this point, and he gives him a card to a psychic, Madame LaRue. It's some funny nonsense. After that, Bunk and McNulty are working the William Gant case. After that, a group of men are in court with orange jumpsuits on. One of them happens to be Bubba's friend Johnny 50. Bubba brings Greg to court so she can pull Johnny. So after that, Greg tells the lawyer she needs to pull Johnny, and they let him ride after that. After that, Bunk and McNulty are talking to an old lady about the William Gant case. So they help the old lady with the groceries. They go in her apartment, and they start talking about the case. After that, they have already arrested the kid. Prez walks in and realizes it's the same kid that he hit with the pistol, and he caused to go blind in his left eye. So Mike is meeting with the gypsy, Madame LaRue, about the case. And clearly this woman ain't nothing but a fraud. She like, for those that remember back in the Gap, Cleo, she don't know what's going on. But, you know, he desperate at this point. So he willing to do whatever to try to solve at least a case or two. Punk and McNulty are at a bar, and they talking and they drinking. After that, Daniels and his wife, Marla, are at a formal event. He sees Burrell, and they start talking. They see Clay Davis, and Daniels doesn't even know who Clay Davis is. And basically, Burrell is like, look, dude, if you want to move up the career ladder, if you want to move the career ladder, you have to know things from a political standpoint. You have to know who the right people are, who to connect with. And you have to know these people. Like, you trying to move up the ladder, you don't even know who Clay Davis is. So Burrell giving him, the 411, he let him know what it is. After that, Johnny has to go to a AA type meeting as a part of his probation. This dude that's one of, like, I guess the top people at the AA meeting, his name is Whalen. He talks, so on and so forth. After that, Daniels walks in the kitchen, and some guys are watching a baseball game. One of them happened to be Donnell Rollins from the Dave Chappelle Show, better known as Ashy Larry on a Dave Chappelle Show. And Donnell Rollins is the driver for Clay Davis. After that, drunk McNulty and Bunk are talking at a bar. Thereafter, D'Angelo pulls up at Orlando's. Orlando told D when he gets a chance, he wants to holler at him about something. String tells Stinker, like, you're not supposed to be talking business on the phone. And D knocks on the door, and they open the door. So Weebay and crew ask D, like, who's snitching? And basically, D like, look, hey, my crew be tight. Nobody was holding money after the last little test y'all told me to give them. Like, ain't nobody holding nothing. So Avon dead at the pit until he makes some changes. And he gonna notify everyone, like, when these changes happen, that's when y'all gonna be back up and running. And Avon trying to figure out what's going on. Freeman tells Carver and Herc to come here. They are talking about the two busting the little youngster on the wire and them beating him down. Next, Bubbles and Johnny are getting high again as they talk about getting Johnny some clean urine for a drug test. Now they getting high talking about getting some clean urine for a drug test. That's crazy. So Daniels, Greggs, Bunk, and McNulty are talking about a potential case on Burt. So Omar is in the back seat of the cop car with Greggs and McNulty. And basically, Greggs and McNulty, they tell Omar, like, hey, you don't think people going to have an issue with you sitting in the back of this cop car? And Omar was like, nah, it ain't going to be no issue. And he was like, hey, if it is an issue, like, they don't want no problems with me. They don't want no smoke. So he was like, ain't going to be no consequences behind me. So next, Omar tells them how to apprehend Bird, because basically what he was saying is like, hey, once y'all arrest Bird, y'all got to be cautious, because if y'all just try to arrest this dude, like, this dude willing to do whatever. So y'all gonna have to be aggressive when y'all arrest this dude. Next, Bodie asks Poop where Wild is at. And they come to the conclusion that Wallace is in the win. And, it is what it is. Orlando comes to the pit to ask D to be distro on a little side pack that he trying to push. And they can split the profits 50-50. Now, this part here is like, come on, Orlando, like, man, bro, you can't be that stupid. Next, Wallace is getting high in a vacant apartment. So it goes to show you that the whole situation with Brandon, it kind of broke. It big time. It broke Wallace. Next, Bird is going to cop some dope, and Bubbles used a red hat to identify Bird, so they can identify him. And Bird take the red hat, threw it on the ground. Then after that, Freeman took a 40-ounce bottle and bust Bird upside the head, and then they arrested him. Stringer Bell and Weeby, they come to the pit, and they ask D, Poop, and Bodie what has been happening. String told them basically get rid of payphones because that's the only thing that it could be. So Stringer give them some new rules regarding the use of the phones. Basically, y'all got to walk a certain distance to make a phone call and never use the same phone more than twice. After that, Jay Landsman, Greggs, McNulty, and Dings, they all try to interrogate Bird. But Bird, he's not snitching. In fact, Bird going over the top, being disrespectful, like talking crazy. This dude talking greasy, talking out the side of his neck. He calling Jay Landsman fat man. He calling Kima all kind of crazy stuff, talking about you dyke and you this and you that. He just going in, you know what I'm saying? So this boy here, Bird, he wild. After that, basically, they end up beating the brakes off him for just talking records. And Bunk and Omar, they get to talking, and they come to the realization that they went to the same high school. Bunk, when he was in school, he played lacrosse, and basically Bunk is like, hey, why are you doing this? And Omar is like, Bird, he trifling, like putting his gun on an everyday citizen. He a working man. And then Bunk came up with the infamous, famous line, "A man must have a code." And then basically, Bunk was like, "All right, look, help me on some other murders then, on the Barksdale organization." And he was like, "Well, what you need?" He was like, "Go back as far as you need to, whatever you need to do." You know what I'm saying? So they talk about Bunk playing lacrosse again. He was all Metro. And then at the end, Omar helps them solve some of the old cases. And then after that, Mike, Blackfire 50. Blackfire 150. He said, "Give me these handcuffs. I'll smash you in all three holes." Man, that was so funny, bro. Oh, and shout out to Thomas from the Bronx. Salute to your fam. And then after that, after Omar helped them solve a couple of cases. Mike, he told Jay Landsman that this Madame LaRue, like, this actually worked. And Landsman like, "Man, look, bro, I was just screwing with you. Like, that didn't work whatsoever." He was like, "You need to go thank Jimmy McNulty because he the one that basically solved this case for you." So Mike, he go thank Jimmy, and he told him like, "Look, hey, bro, I need to holler at you." He was like, basically, of course, they didn't show this on camera, but he told him like, "Hey, Raw's trying to screw you over. He coming after your badge." And then the ending scene, McNulty goes to Rhonda Perlman's house, and basically she think like, "Hey, you drunk and you want to smash tonight, huh?" He's like, "Nah, it's serious." Basically, Raw's is coming after my badge. And that pretty much ends this particular episode 1. Episode 7, season 1, One Arrest. So I'm gonna turn it over to my brother Jared 11 Green. The floor is yours, bro.
Thank you for that recap, as always. Let's get into it, man. And salute to everybody in the chat that's showing us love. Appreciate y'all. So the first question: why didn't Orlando and D just didn't just ask Avon for a raise or money instead of trying to hustle on the side?
That's on me.
Yes, sir.
Uh, I think that's tricky because they might have thought that Avon was gonna say no, and they might have thought because at the time, like Avon and them already think somebody snitching and somebody working with the police. If they go to Avon at this time and ask for a raise, they they might assume that Avon gonna be suspicious of maybe it's them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's them that's snitching, or maybe somebody unhappy or disgruntled or whatever. But me personally, I think they should have asked them anyway.
I
You got to
agree.
work. You got to word it the right way. You know what I'm saying? But you got to word it the right way and ask them. What's what. But Orlando is probably feeling some type of way because his name is just he got a clean name. It's being used for the bar, for the strip club, whatever, liquor license and all that kind of stuff. But he's not really making no money, which is an unfortunate situation because Avon, when you got guys like that working for you, important people like that with clean records, you want to make sure they're taken care of because them people like that too close to you, they know your business. You don't want to have disgruntled employees. So that's on Avon being sloppy with that.
Okay. Okay. So basically, you're saying the reason
They,
why
they,
it's coming to Orlando doing this because you feel like Avon's not really looking out for the people that's been down with them.
right, right.
Okay. Okay. I agree. Um, I definitely agree. Coach, what's your opinion?
I honestly think, just kind of watching uh the movie with Omar Epps and LL. I can't remember the name of that movie. In Too Deep. Yeah, I think it was In Too Deep. Basically, it was a similar situation with the two dudes. In fact, Weebie was in that movie too. That's crazy. I just thought about that. But basically, they were scared that Avon was going to react a certain way, and I guess they didn't want the backlash of that. You don't want to make it look like you're coming off as being ungrateful for one, and second of all, like you don't know what type of consequences is going to be for Avon saying, like, hey, all right, like what, whoop de whoop de whoop. So at the end of the day, like, look, you don't want. I guess they didn't want to offend Avon. They didn't want to make him feel like he was disrespected. So at the end of the day, they just tried to do their own thing. But that was crazy to me, though, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, man, hey, that was the wrong approach. Asking him, I think asking him, like, look, man, like, hey, I mean, like the general said, you got to be careful with the way you word it. But at the same token, like, you gotta man up and ask him as opposed to trying to do some sloppy, sneaky, stupid stuff on the side. Like, that's stupid to me.
Yeah, I agree. You know Avon the killer, man. He a street dude, so any type of sideways stuff and it's not explained, he gonna take it as you not being trustworthy. Even if you feel like 78 explain like if you feel like you're not getting your rightful piece of the pie, remember who the hell you dealing with. You know you're dealing with Avon, so yeah, both y'all brothers hit it out the park. Um, yeah, keep deleting that weirdo out the chat. Uh, no, question number two. What do you think Avon's response would have been to asking for more money?
I think if they worded it the right way, um, I think he would have did it. Avon has shown later on that he reasonable and that he look out for his people later on. Like in the other seasons, I've seen him like do a lot of good stuff. So I think if it's worded right, he would have took care of him. You know what I mean? And but that's a I don't think he would have. I don't think he would have respected it coming from Orlando. But I think that if D had talked to him, if you know what I'm saying, I think he would have been able to get through to him, and I think he would have gave him a raise because I mean, it ain't like it ain't like you know. And then again, he did tell D if he keep doing good, he's gonna start giving points on the package. Um, so he did tell him that like the other episode. So maybe he wouldn't have gave it to him yet. Maybe he might have just wanted them to work harder and continue to prove their loyalty. I just don't think he liked Orlando that much. But his nephew, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, you get a point.
that's the tricky part is Orlando. Because if it was just D could have got there. But like Orlando he's the oddball because I don't know if he would have he'd been messing with dude.
I agree, man. I agree. Good point. And I don't mean to be episode jumping. There is a part where Avon shows he don't appreciate Orlando. I don't know if we hit to that. I can't remember. We've already covered that. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about, Coach?
yeah, we kind of touched on it briefly, but like you said, that's to come a little bit down the line. But
Okay.
you know, but in terms
No,
of
I ain't talking about that where you know the conclusion. I'm talking about like a. Oh, next
no, no,
episode.
no,
Okay,
no, no,
take
no,
it back.
no, no,
Sorry.
no. I'm not talking about the conclusion either. I'm talking about him touching him up
Yeah.
before it's
Yeah.
not to
Okay.
that point.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's exactly
so
what I'm
me
talking
and
about.
you on the same page. We thinking about the same thing, and
Right.
he showed pride of you know, the Bay doing what he did. I love, bro. This dude Orlando, he was like, man, all I do is put money in your pocket. Like, I need you to keep my liquor license clean. But like you said, that's a little bit to come down the line. But in terms of this particular situation, it's kind of a catch-22 because, like I said, you don't want to make Avon feel like you unappreciative or you disrespecting him. But at the same token, like the general said, he's showing that he's not unreasonable. You know, it's kind of hard to say with that. I think it kind of could go either way. Either he could do like he did, you know, a couple seasons down the line with Cuddy and you know and show love, or he could do like he gonna do like back Blackfire on 50C that he showed he could do like he gonna do in the next episode and touch you up a little bit. It kind of go either way, you know what I'm saying? So it's a
Yeah.
catch 22, you know. So I kind of see why they didn't want to step to him, but doing what you doing what they ended up doing was even worse. That was stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. Next question. What do you think Daniels was going to do for the kid Prez blinded? So the
Oh,
basic.
okay, my bad, my bad. What do I think? Brandon was gonna do what?
What
Daniel.
Daniel's gonna do with the kid that Prez blinded?
Um, I'm not sure.
No,
But I
he
know.
promised him. He was like, look, hey, I like I know the game that already cost you a lot. Like basically, like look, anytime you want, you know, move away from that, you know, basically he kind of I'm paraphrasing what he said. He was like, hey, he gonna take care of him or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Well, he didn't like because the kid got blinded by President Beluski, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one he hit in the eye with a gun.
Yeah. Well, he was gonna try to. I think if I got the correctly, I can't remember the episode that much. I think he probably was gonna try to cover it up and look out for the dude to keep him shut his mouth quiet about the situation because President Belushi proved to be just a screw up. You know what I'm saying? And he probably didn't want that coming down on the department. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't got
Yeah.
too much on that one because I don't remember it too good. I don't remember the episode too good.
No, you got a good point. No, you answered it good.
Yeah, I was gonna
Uh,
say that was an accurate answer. You know,
and Coach, what you think?
honestly, I think he was gonna try to look out for him in some kind of way. Like the general said, more than likely, I think the arrest that they made because they pretty much let Stinkum ride because they knew they could always double back to him because they got him on a wire and they caught the kid with the full G packs. More than anything, I think they was gonna look out for the kid because, like General said, I mean, Pres Beluski already blinded him by hitting him in the eye with a gun. He lost sight in that eye, and you know, as far as I'm concerned, they owed him, they owed him big time. More than just letting him walk on a little charge. They owed him way more than that as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. And like Hamza S said in the chat, Valchek was trying to protect his son-in-law, Prez. Yeah. Do you think? Next question, fellas. Do you think Daniels wanted something in return, or Daniels was going to do it to make up for what Prez did?
Do I think Daniels is going to do something in return?
No,
Yeah.
do you think he wanted a favor in return from the kid? Like, hey, snitch on Avon, snitch on Stinkum, snitch on somebody. Do you think he wanted something in return, or you think he just was gonna do it for making up for a prayer screw up?
I think he probably was going to just try to keep the kid quiet and make up for what Paris did. I mean, snitching would always help them, but I'm not sure if that's the reason why he would have done it. I think more so he trying to keep from getting a black eye on the department and what they're doing. If this kid go public with that situation.
Okay, you pretty much answered the next question. The next question: do you think the kid received any compensation at all? Um, yeah, I think he was just trying to be the cop. You know what I mean? Get the information out of the kid, and then whatever happens, happens. Um, but what you think, Coach?
Uh, well, in terms of that particular situation, I'm gonna kind of go in the opposite direction. Don't get me wrong. I think he probably was gonna try to look out for the kid in terms of the arrest, but I think he wanted the kid to snitch on Stinkum as far as I'm concerned, because the way he kind of phrased it and worded it, I kind of had a feeling like, yeah, I'm gonna scratch your back, you scratch mine. But I don't mean to skip on to the next question, but I think if he had a good enough lawyer, he definitely had to get something in return, because ain't no way like Pres Belusky just gonna roll up into this project, this apartment complex, these projects, and he unwarranted. He, even though the little boy sat on the car, like, you're gonna hit him in the eye with a gun and you're gonna blind him and make him lose his vision in that eye. The kid had a lawyer, but like Hamza S said, like, Valchek was covering up for Prez. So, of course, how these police unions are. Like, these dudes, like, delete people and do all kind of stuff, and there's no real consequence. At best, they get a slap on the wrist, or get early retirement, paid vacation, or whatever. So honestly, I think Daniels was gonna want something in return. And to answer the second question, I honestly think that if he had a good enough lawyer, yeah, he was gonna get something big time. But I think General made a very good point. I think Daniels was trying to keep the whole thing hush hush because he didn't want it to be a black eye on the department. But to me, I think it's a bad trade off, because this kid don't have sight in his left eye. So I think either way, I think the department screwed. I think whatever lawyer he had should have pushed it to the maximum. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right. The next question. Previous show 78 has said that suspects shouldn't talk to cops without a lawyer present, but Bird does the opposite. Not only does he not snitch, however, he is very disrespectful toward the cops. Is this a smart move by Bird?
Not to me. I mean, every once in a while you can get lucky and come out unscathed, or you can also, you've been around the block a few times and all that kind of stuff. But most of the time, for guys to go up in the interrogation room playing with the police, they get you on the record saying something. Now you got to stick with that, because if you change anything detail of it, you're gonna look like a liar. Okay, so it's best just to be quiet and not talk to him without your attorney present, because if not, uh, you're gonna be held to whatever you said in those statements. Now, also, talking to the police without a lawyer present for somebody like Bird is dangerous, because um, if somebody catches you, if somebody sees you, let's say somebody else was arrested, and they see you coming out of the interrogation room, All right, some people just gonna assume you snitching. You back there snitching. The police can say you snitching. The police can mess with you on the streets and be like, yeah, Bird, we had Bird. Bird told us this, and Bird told us that. It's your word against the police. Now your homeboy should believe you, but when they ask you, hey, why don't you get no lawyer? You know the protocol. Why don't you call the lawyer? Oh man, I wasn't worried about them. They ain't had nothing on me. See that? Nah. It's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. Then talking crazy to the police too. I keep telling people this, bro. When you dealing with crooked cops, it's nothing for them to magically find an ounce of dope in your back pocket. Nothing. What you gonna do? You gonna be sitting and fighting your case for 10 years. So yeah, it wasn't a smart move to me.
Man, wonderfully said. Coach, what you think?
Man, it was stupid to me. I mean, bro, he talking like reckless. I mean, he really talking out the side of his neck. He is overtly disrespectful. Like Black Fire 150 said, talking about smashing Kima in all three holes, you know, calling Jay Lance a fat man, you know, talking crazy to McNulty. I mean, he had smoke for everybody. And I'm like, dude, how many stories I done heard about, cops putting people in interrogation rooms and just savagely beating them up. So yeah, like man, come on, bro. Like you cannot do that, bro. Like I don't know if he thought like, hey, all right, they just gonna let me ride or they can't do nothing. Man, hey, bro, man, this dude was crazy for that, bro. To me, it was stupid.
I agree, man. I definitely agree. Bird was roasting everybody in that room. Uh, it was hilarious, but yeah, he that was crazy. But anyway, um, next question. Bird is savagely beat up by the police in this episode for talking to the cops crazy. Cops clearly get away with beating up criminals and suspects all the time. Is there anything that can be done about police brutality in this country?
I mean, you can try, man, but they got the body cams and stuff like that. That's really not. I mean, it deters some people, cops, but a lot of them simply turn their body cam off. They got all kind of little technicalities. Um, but your best bet, this is what I tell everybody, your best bet is to recognize the threat in the police. These people have weapons. These people were designed as the first slave catchers. So what you need to do is understand that when you get pulled over, when you come in contact with them, they don't make you a punk. They don't make you soft for trying to get home to your family. So when they questioning you, answer the questions, especially if you're legal. You ain't did nothing wrong. Just answer the questions. Get out of there as smooth as possible. Don't be up in there arguing and man, I ain't did nothing. No. See you, bro. Your face will be on the t-shirt. Your face will be on a t-shirt for 6 months, and then they gonna move on to the next ninja. Or all your friends and family ain't only gonna talk about you on your birthday, the anniversary of your passing or something like that. Ain't nothing else gonna happen. Your girlfriend will move on, be messing with some other dude. Somebody else gonna be raising your kids. The world gonna keep moving without you, bro. So nah, it ain't worth it, man. Just do what you gotta do to make sure you get out of that situation safely, and then you file your charges and get a lawyer and stuff like that, and tell them how the police was handling you and how if you suspect racism or whatever. But when you on that dark street by yourself with the police, you got to have uh, you know you got to have a I don't even want to use that term, but you don't want to be here no more. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be here no more if you start talking crazy to them. Because, nah, these people got guns. You already know they don't like black folks, most of them.
Right.
So ain't no telling what they're going to do.
I agree, man. It's and I like how you said it, man. Just do what you got to do so you can get home to your family, and don't try to go word for word because most of them are bigots anyway, and they don't mind roughing up somebody black, especially the type of people that they hire. Man, these are the failed football players,
Right.
or they had no choice but to go into the force You know what I mean? So they bitter and they don't like what they. Most of them don't like their job, so they gonna take it out on your black ass. So, um, yes, yes, I agree, General. Coach, I gotta hear what you think about this, man.
Honestly, something can be done about police brutality. However, nothing will be done because just looking at things from my perspective, in terms of like the police unions, man, I've seen too many instances, of cops doing like foul, scumbag piece of trash, low down, dirty, filthy things to people with no real consequences, no repercussions. And General made an excellent point. And if you get pulled over by the cops, man, just do whatever you need to do to get home safely to your family, you know, and just use caution and discretion when you're in those type of situations. I mean, just think about it. Somebody like George Zimmerman, he wasn't even a cop. He was a neighborhood watchman. And he deleted this boy in cold blood and he walked away completely scot-free. So if he's a neighborhood watchman, what you think gonna happen with cops that actually do this? And we got so many cases, whether we're talking about Alton Sterling, Sandra Bland, Eric Garner, uh, Philando Castillo, man, we could just go down the list. I promise you, bro. I saw a T-shirt with all the individuals that were like deleted by cops or under suspicious circumstances. Bro, it had very, very, very small, very, very fine print, and it covered the whole T-shirt. So just think about it. That's how many people were deleted by the cops. Tamir Rice, we could just kind of go on and on and on. So something can be done about police brutality, but since it is systemic, nothing is gonna be done. So at the end of the day, bro, like you just need to do what's in your own best interest, so you get back safely to your family, like the general said.
I agree, and both of y'all cooking on that because nothing's gonna be done because just being real, society, the dominant society, think it as is keeping things safe, keeping Negroes in check. So a lot of it is not gonna be. It's not of a lot of it's not gonna be changed. So the best thing for you to do like 78 said is be smart, recognize that the cop is a bigot or a racist and trying to get you to do something crazy or say something crazy so they can do something. Be smart and get yourself out. Try to your best to just get yourself home, man. See your family. Uh, but good stuff, fellas. Good stuff. Going on to the next question. Donnell Rollins, also known as Ashy Larry from the Dave Chappelle Show, makes his first appearance in this episode as the driver for Clay Davis. Do you think The Wire gets credit for launching the careers?
Dr. Chris, got no Rollins?
Just
No,
in
not just
general.
not just him, like Michael B. Jordan,
Oh,
like
okay.
Idris
No,
Elba.
no, they don't really get the credit it deserves because, and you're right, they did launch the careers with a lot of people. Because like I forget that was Michael B. Jordan. I forget little dude was Michael B. Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Wallace. So definitely lost the career. Omar went on to play other stuff like Bulwark Empire, he was Chucky White, and all that kind of stuff. Um,
Yeah, Michael Kenneth Williams, rest in peace.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So it definitely did a lot, but it don't get the credit. Idris Elba, like you said, um, uh, you know, a lot of dudes, a
yeah. A
lot of
lot of and didn't mean to cut you off, General. Just piggyback on what you're saying. I see a lot of people from The Wire, like the character, the dude that played Marlowe, and um, other characters. You see them on CSI or a lot of those
right.
criminal shows or cop shows. So yeah, you're right.
Yep, yep. The Wire was a smash hit, man. But yeah, still a lot of people who never watched The Wire. A lot of
That's
people from
crazy.
this, a lot of people from this generation, like they never watched The Wire. I know a lot of them, like my nephews, he never seen it. Um, a lot of people. I think my son maybe only watched like a few episodes. he never watched it. Um, so that's weird. That, like, it's weird that that's considered like an old show, but it's still so relevant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, it is weird because it's so good and it was so profound for its time. Um, but even though the show is a couple of years old, as far but the message and what's going on in the show is still happening today. So yeah.
Indeed.
But coach, what you think
Oh,
about the
I agree.
wire launching careers?
Oh, I agree 100%. Even if we talking about D'Angelo Mama, she in Snowfall.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, she did an excellent job both in The Wire and in Snowfall.
Yes.
We talk about, like we say, Donnell Rollins. Even though Wood Harris already was an actor, I think The Wire took Wood Harris and put him in a whole different stratosphere. That's why he was able to go
It
on,
did.
being movies like Remember the Titans. And I mean, it kind of showed his versatility. I mean, he was able to cross over into a variety of different things, like we talked about Idris Elba, Michael B. Jordan. So at the end of the day, like the general said, I mean, I don't think The Wire gets the credit it deserves for being a launching pad and a stepping stone for so many individuals. I mean, it's just a classic show. And like Black Friday 150 said, like it's relevant today. And then
Mm-hmm.
in addition to that, the thing that kind of puts it, kind of in a league of his own is like the general said, it's such a classic show, but a lot of people never watch. I mean, realistically, until this past summer, this would kind of happen. I had so many YouTube suggestions about The Wire coming to my feed, and I just happened to watch some of the like the little suggestions, people doing what we doing in terms of breaking down and analyzing and recapping The Wire, and then me and my cousin talking about it in terms of he had this pecking order where he had like snow, like Ozark and snow, nothing, Snowfall and Ozark and The Wire and Power, and me and him got to talk behind the scenes. That's what made me go watch it because I got like three phones, so the third phone has HBO Max, and basically I binge watched like the whole series in like I think like a week and a half or something. And then after it was so good, I binge watched it another like week and a half leading up to the start of school because it was like one of the few moments like in that was like one of the times a year where I really didn't have a whole lot going on from a coaching standpoint. And I was switching jobs. So I didn't have a lot going on. And as a result, I was able to have some free time and just binge watch The Wire. And like the general said, this is one of like the best binge watching shows of all time. But I don't think The Wire gets the credit it deserves for launching all the careers it did.
No, it
Yeah.
don't.
Hey, brothers, hey, I apologize, man. I gotta go help my wife real quick, man. I'm gonna go on mute and go see if I can get done in time. Y'all go ahead.
No problem, brother.
All right,
No
bet, bro,
problem.
bet.
Uh, Next question. Do you think Major Rawls is justified for going after McNulty's badge?
Uh, I think it kind of depends on how you look at it. Me personally, like I'm not really a vindictive type person. And even though I might have beef with you, I have issues I want to address with you, so on and so forth. I'm not for like ending people's career. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, it's a scumbag piece of trash. I think under normal circumstance, I'll be like, yeah, like, go after him, get him, do what you got to do, whoop the whoop the whoop. But at the end of the day, like, if you end his career, like, how you gonna provide for himself? How you gonna provide for his kids? How you gonna be able to pay his ex-wife, like whatever alimony or child support he has to pay to her, so on and so forth. So I ain't gonna lie, bro. At the end of the day, even though McNulty is a scumbag piece of trash, like I'm not for like ending people's careers. Cause I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Just in my profession, like I had people that did me dirty and did like dirty, grimy, sleazy things to me, and I could have got them back, but I could have ended their teaching career in the process. And like I wasn't with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I believe treating people the way you want to be treated. And then not only that, like, since I'm a Christian, I really don't believe in karma, but I believe in sowing and reaping. So I believe if you sow bad seeds, you're gonna have to reap that harvest. So that's why I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. Jared?
I was talking the whole time on mute, bro. My bad. but bro, no, man. But what I was saying when I was on mute was I'm like you. I'm on the fence with Major Rawls going after McNulty's badge because at one hand McNulty it was a backstabber and will step on your foot to you know solve a case. Um, so at a certain time, you would think he'll be punished or put on a whatever the corrective um, action is for a police officer or detective. But at the other hand, Major Rawls is not a good person at all himself. He's a bigot. Um, you know, can be very vindictive. So,
He's
um,
zesty. He a
yeah.
scumbag piece of trash also.
hmm
So yeah,
hmm
so they pretty much rocking in the same boat.
So it's like two basically two bad people going against each other, having beef with each other. That's
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
what
yeah.
it is. Even though McNulty is a person you probably can tolerate, depending on if you the person he's stepping on your foot. But um, yeah,
Yeah, big time,
yeah,
bro.
that's yeah. And so I guess we can move on to the next question.
Yeah.
Um, he's Omar tells Bunk about Avon's rules. Uh, and Biggie refers to a few of these rules in his 10 crack commandments. How important is it for Avon or any kingpin to have rules for the members of his organization?
Well, bro, anytime you have any type of business or just any type of job or whatever, there's rules and guidelines that have to be adhered to that you have to abide by. And especially when you run in a criminal enterprise and a criminal empire, you definitely have to have a certain level of discipline, a certain code of conduct, certain rules, regulations, procedures you have to follow. So, you know, it definitely is something that you should have, especially when you're operating on somebody like Avon's level. And then don't get me wrong, I haven't known like 1,000 drug dealers in my life, but I've known a couple. And I've known like this one guy in particular, like he was kind of sloppy. He really didn't have him and his crew didn't have a whole lot of discipline. Of course, he ended up getting popped, and he ended up
Oh
getting
man,
a long stretch. Then he ended up getting out. He ended up going back again. So at the end of the day, you got to have a certain level of discipline. You got to have guidelines. You got to have rules. You have to have procedures, protocol for whatever you're doing, especially when you're doing something illegal, and you have to constantly look over your shoulder.
yeah, I agree. It's definitely important to have rules, and in any organization, either people ain't gonna take you seriously, or they gonna eventually try to scheme and plan for your downfall. So yeah, but yeah, you're right. You're definitely right, man. And of course, uh, last question. Um, Rate this episode on a scale from 1 to 10, and what do you think is the most interesting part about this episode?
If I had to rate it on a scale from 1 to 10, I'll give it about 7, 7.5. And I think the thing that's the most interesting for me in this entire episode is everything, like everybody is important. Even though in my personal opinion, I think Avon is the star of the show. It goes to show you like once he gets locked up and he goes away, like it doesn't stop anything. Things keep going. The train keeps rolling on the track, and nothing really stops in terms of the wire. However, I think the most interesting thing about it is how everyone matters. Everyone is important to the smallest hopper or smallest corner boy, to every members of a unit. And it's kind of like a puzzle how all the pieces come together. So, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I think it's very like vital and important in terms of how everything is important, everything matters, and how it all comes together. To me, I think That's the most interesting part of this particular episode, and really just the whole show, like overall in its totality. That's why we talk about. Of course, we're gonna get to this down the line. We rank. People rank certain seasons, whatever. To me, I think season 1 is up there, and I think probably season 5 is kind of at the bottom for me from the standpoint of I felt like because they didn't have as many episodes for season 5, things kind of felt a little bit rushed. I think had some of those storylines played out a little bit better, you know, of course, like I said, I don't want to go too much into details, but as we continue to break down this series, episode by episode, season by season, we're gonna kind of compare and contrast. But overall, I think it was a good episode. I'll give it about a 7. And I
I
think
agree. 7 or 8.
I
Yeah,
think
I
it was a
definitely
7.
agree.
And I just like how everything kind of came together. Salute to our brother Brent Fox. He at work listening but still supporting. Man, we appreciate you to the fullest. Our
We
good brother
appreciate
Brent
you,
Fox.
Brent, brother Brent. Um, but to answer the question myself, the I agree as far as rating the rating scale that you put 7 to 8 or the rating 7 or 8. Very good good episode. Um, the most interesting part about this episode is basically I like how 78 put it. The general. Like if you got to make sure you take care of your people, man. Even the ones that are like in Orlando's case, putting it, as a front. Orlando's strip club is a front, but he feel like he ain't getting treated right. So, because look what's happening. Orlando trying to see scheme something with D. To
Yeah,
get some extra money on the side, but like which we are like we've already discussed. I don't think how he's going about it is smart, and we about to see why it's not smart. But I don't
yeah,
want to spoil it for everybody else who haven't watched this episode. Like General put it, not everybody surprisingly has watched The Wire, so of course we're gonna refrain from any spoilers.
yeah.
Yeah, man, but this was a great breakdown. The general, which we appreciate him for always trying to tune in and blessing us with his participation. We appreciate him, but he had to run due to dealing with family. But give us a good episode or breakdown, Coach. Let start wrapping everything up and let everybody know where they can meet you and see you.
All right, this was an excellent and phenomenal episode of The Wire. Season 1, episode 7, One Arrest. First and foremost, in regards to our good brother, the General 7A Sports TV, we appreciate his presence. Even though he had to attend to some personal matters, we appreciate him to the highs and to the fullest. You can catch him at 7A Sports TV here on YouTube. That's his primary channel, 7A Sports TV. His backup channel is the No 304 Show. Once a week, he does a live stream with the brother Blue Ray Fitness. So go check out 7A Sports TV.
Please
Also,
support.
my good brother, my Southern Baller Show collective brother, Jared Urban Green, tell the people where they can meet you and see you.
I appreciate you, man. Like you said, my show. You can find me Gerald 11 Green on YouTube, but I'm head of a show called the Southern Baller Show. Basically, a bunch of mostly Southern brothers um, on the panel, just talking about football, man. And of course, we have my brother Big Joe Town uh, to bless us, and Brent Fox, and JB, and uh, Jay Good be showing love, and everybody, man, everybody from the LGBTC mostly be showing love, man. So y'all come check us out, mainly on Sunday, 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. When if the schedule is right, we may move it or postpone it if have personal obligations. But yeah, come check a brother out.
Oh, speaking of that, bro, since we got a few people in the house, let everybody know, are you gonna have like a special Super Bowl edition of the Southern Baller Show tomorrow. Like, let
Oh,
everybody.
absolutely, absolutely. So, what I'm planning to do is having a show tonight, around like 7 p.m. To give a final, you know, um, you know, uh, thoughts on the
Prediction
Super Bowl,
predictions of the Super Bowl.
predictions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just chop it up, man. So, um, come join us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate everybody that came through, show some love. First and foremost, relax and calm rain. That's another thing too. If you like to listen to rain videos when you go to sleep, go check out Relax and Calm Rain. Also, Motivation to Be a Millionaire. Another channel. Also, like if you in inspirational stories, go check out Motivation to Be a Millionaire.
Yeah,
Also,
support
check
both of them brothers, man.
brother Hamza S. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Uh, navigate with me. Uh, almost
Yes,
deleted
sir.
me. uh, Blackfire 150. Always showing love. We appreciate you to the fullest.
Always, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Our good LDBC brother Thomas from the Bronx. We appreciate you.
Yes, appreciate you,
And
man.
our good LDBC brother, our Southern Baller Show Collective brother,
Brother
Brent
Brent.
Fox. Man, we appreciate you. And, one of my players on Farmer, we appreciate all of y'all for dropping in, coming through,
Salute, man.
showing some love. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this wire analysis breakdown. For all my members of Jaguar Nation, later on, I got a video I'm gonna drop. Also, for my LDBC family members like Hamza S, they love boxing the way I do. I got a video dropping later on today. But we appreciate everybody that came through, show some love. Hopefully, y'all have a blessed, phenomenal day, blessed, phenomenal evenings. We'll catch y'all on the rebound. Peace and blessings. Also, inform my members of Jaguar Nation. Go Jags!